I guess we have a 1996 Honda Accord. It's basically a DX with a 25th anniversary special edition. This car has always been good to me. It's in pretty good shape. It has 310,000 miles on it. 310. And still running strong, man. Still running strong. I lost the airbags to the car probably like a couple of years ago. It was involved in a wreck, but other than that, never gave me any problems. Good car gas mileage, very reliable. Always took care of this car. Full synthetic oil every 5 to 6,000 miles. The best oil filter, you name it, the best. Recently, probably I would say 500-600 miles ago, started giving me a problem. The problem was I was standing in line at Costco to pump gas, and as I tried to move forward, stepped on the gas and it just stalled on me, just died on me. Cranked it right back up, kinda hesitated, but it went on. Pumped gas, came home, and after that it would do it every single time. Every time you would press on the gas, it would try to hesitate, it will try to stall. You're at a stop sign, the RPMs would drop to 200, 300, and it would look like it would die any moment. I started looking up online what could be the problem. A lot of forums on Honda, a lot of problems, same kind of problems, but you know, I really couldn't figure out what was going on. So I started looking online, and then the first thing I did was I replaced the distributor wires. The wires I had were probably like 3 to 4 years old. I replaced them with the NGKs. The spark plugs in there are NGKs also. They're the iridium ones. I probably replaced those like 3,000 miles ago. So spark plugs was not a problem. Replaced the distributor wires and the problem was still there. So that was not the problem either. Then did some more research. They said the idle air control valve could be dirty, could be at fault. So I opened this thing up. By the way, you can find all the videos on YouTube how to do stuff on this car. So I cleaned that. It was dirty, yes, I cleaned it, but did it solve the problem? No, it did not. So they said second problem could be the fast idle valve, which is underneath right there. So you basically take this air intake hose off, and you can easily get to that. You pull it out. I cleaned it real good. There's a thing in there, you tighten it. I tightened it, but did it solve the problem? No, it did not. So I still was having the problem. Nothing wrong with the throttle, you know, everything was good. Air filter is new, air hose was good, and fuses were good. I had a check engine light on this car for the past, I would say, 4 or 5 years, but anytime I need to get it smogged, I would unplug the battery, plug it right back in, drive for like 20 to 30 miles, you know, past the smog, and the light would come on after like 50-60 miles. So I cleaned that. Another thing I had a problem with was my oil was getting into spark plugs. Now they're clean because I fixed it, but my oil was getting into spark plugs for a long time too. So to fix that, you know, you gotta open the valve cover, you gotta take the rocker assembly out, and the seals you have to replace are underneath the rocker assembly. It's a lot of work, yes. I would say at least 4 hours of work. So you take the valve cover off, take the rocker assembly out, seals underneath, replace those, put the rocker assembly back, and you gotta adjust the valves too. And you can find the video for the same on YouTube. Eric, the car guy, great guy, great knowledge. Anytime I need to look anything for Honda, I go to his website on YouTube channel, and anything I have to do, I can look up. So adjusted the valves, changed the gasket, that problem was solved. So that was ruled out too. So far I have replaced the distributor wires, cleaned the intake air control valve, cleaned the fast idle valve, changed the spark plug seals, no more oil in the spark plugs, changed the valve cover gasket at the same time too, And EGR valve. EGR valve, they said if the car is idling, rough, if it's hesitating, could be the EGR valve and the EGR passages. So I cleaned the EGR valves. It was dirty, not too bad, but it was dirty. So basically take two 12mm bolts off, and you take the whole thing off, check if it's working okay, and it was fine. Then you gotta take the fuel injectors off to get to the EGR passages. So I took that off, got to the EGR passages, and they were clogged. And I cleaned those pretty good, put everything back together, fired the car up, and it's still the same problem. And I was really getting frustrated with doing all the work and nothing getting back to me. Since I told you, I had a check engine light on, so the codes for the check engine light were it was one for the EVAP canister, and there was one for distributor, CYP, cylinder position sensor, in the distributor. And then my EVAP was leaking. So I replaced the EVAP. I got it from a junkyard. It worked fine. Ordered a new distributor online. It's a aftermarket distributor. Only paid $75 for it. Replaced it, and guess what? The problem is still there. My check engine light still was giving me that code for the distributor, which was the CYP, cylinder position sensor. So after replacing the new distributor, the code was still there. So EVAP code was gone. There was no problem with the EVAP system. It was purging okay, but my distributor was still giving the problem. So after everything, I did spend some money on this, on the wires and EVAP canister, a lot of time into it. I do not want to get rid of the car, so that's why I'm trying to fix this car. And as you can tell, this car is in pretty good shape. New radiator, condenser, everything is good, great shape. So after doing all this, still no results. But then I came across a forum online on Honda. They said if you're still getting the CYP sensor code and you have already replaced the distributor and done the other work, it could be your computer. And the computer for this car is right underneath, and if you pull this down, you can see that you open these 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then this panel comes out, and the computer is right underneath it. So I went to the junkyard, and I was able to find the same model computer my car needed, and I swapped it yesterday, and guess what? Everything got solved. So I mean, I was having this problem for the past 1 month, replaced everything, still the problem, and it was the computer. So my word to you guys is, if anybody out there is having the same issue, if car is hesitating, trying to stall, and you have figured out every other thing, you have worked on everything passes okay, your computer might be at fault. So I got the computer for $50 plus the fee and tax 65, and swapped the computer. Drove for almost like 60-70 miles so far, and the check engine light is gone, and the car is not stalling or hesitating anymore. So I think the problem has been solved. So I just wanted to make a quick video to help people out there if they're having the same problems, but because when I was looking for the same problem online, I couldn't find what could be the reason. The people had videos, they gave me the reasons what could be causing the problem. I fixed everything, but it still didn't fix my problem. So the computer is the problem. Forgot to mention that when I replaced the distributor, make sure you check your timing after. I got a timing light, and check the timing, fix the timing, and everything is good so far. Car is running great, and thank you very much.